Good afternoon. This is Kathleen Richards, and I'm going to talk to you today about the value of better investing. In the left-hand corner, you see the blue bee and the eye weaving through it. This is the brand logo for Better Investing, BI. Our disclaimer is, I am not a financial professional. I make no stock recommendations. Today's presentation is for educational purposes only. For those of you that like to tweet, how would you like to see all this legalese in 140 characters or less? Are you ready? Well, here it is. Wow, amazing how we got that all shrunk down. Well, let's get started. Who are we? We're a nonprofit, volunteer-based, member-driven organization. We serve our members, which are individual investors and investment clubs. Here's the counting line, investment partners, and we love Better Investing. The early clubs began in the 40s, and one of them started with 12 men who anteed up $10 each a month, and all became millionaires, and many of them more than once. We are devoted to investor education. We teach and we learn, and we learn and we teach, and because of that, we become lifelong learners. Everything I've ever learned about investing, I've learned from Better Investing. And 5 million investors can't be wrong. That's the number of people that we have touched, the number of investors we have touched since the inception of Better Investing. We have a mission, and our mission is to demystify investing, take the mystery out of it, and in doing so, create lifelong investors. We have a leading-edge stock analysis tool that has been used for about 75 years. It has a tried-and-true approach, and it has clearly stood the test of time. We've been recognized first by Good Morning America as the gold standard for investment education. We've been recognized by the legendary Peter Lynch. He was the legend of the financial press for his amazing performance on Wall Street. And in his books, Beating the Street and Learn to Earn, he praised Better Investing for our investment club approach. I'm going to put the icing on the cake now. The Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, the Office of Investor Education and Advocacy. These are the good guys. These are the top cops who are always looking out for the best interest of investors. The chairman that held the position for the longest period of time was Arthur Levitt. And in his book, Take on the Street, he was quoted to say, and I paraphrase, Better Investing is a leader in providing unbiased information to enable wise investing. It doesn't get any better than that. Our philosophy is to think long-term. On the left side of the chart in the corner, you see 1925, and on the right side, you see 2015. The line going up is the stock market, the Standard & Poor's 500. And you can see it's doing just that. It's going up. And what we see is that over a 90-year period of time, the market has given us a 10% average annual return. So what we're saying, the bottom line is, over the long run, the stock market is safe. We focus on what is important. We focus on company performance, not emotional price swings. I love this image, stock market, the ride. We know the market goes up, but sometimes the ride there can be a little bit tumultuous. That's why we don't focus on price. So let's have a little bit of fun. What are the 3 things that affect the price of a stock? Earnings, earnings, and earnings. Yes, it's earnings. And why is it earnings? Well, what we know is that the earnings are the true value of a company. It's the gold. It's the money in the bank. It's the money under the mattress. And that money is used and plowed back into a business to create more products and more services that customers want to buy, which produces more profits, more earnings that are reinvested back into the business, and the cycle goes on and on. It's much like how the heart will pump blood to our body with our nutrients to our cells so our cells can grow. earnings are what allow life to flow in a business. And what is a prime example of this? Well, it's Steve Jobs and Apple. And we know that story. We focus on what is important, which is earnings, because earnings are derived from profits. Profits are very important. We all know that. The profit margin encapsulates the depth and the breadth of the management skill. And because of that, when profits go up, the earnings go up. And when the earnings go up, the price goes up. Our financial objective is to double our money every 5 years. But show me the proof. We're going to first look at the BIXX, which is the Better Investing 100 Index. That's the top 100 companies that are owned by Better Investing investment clubs. The BIX 100 has been in existence for 9 years. So we'll look at a 9-year return with them. We'll now look at the Investors Advisory Service, or IAS. They've been around since 1973, and we'll look at a 20 return with them. They're a surrogate of Better Investing. So what does BIX and IAS have in common? Well, they both use that stock analysis tool I just told you about, the one that has stood the test of time. So let's check it out. Let's see what the results are. So in 2016, a 9-year return, look at this, the BIX 100, 10.2 to 9.2 with the Standard & Poor's 500. And the Investors Advisory Service with a 20-year return, 11.1 compared to 7.6 for the S&P 500 and 7.9 for the Wilshire 5000. Wow. So the BIX 100 and the Investors Advisory Service, they both use the stock analysis tool. So the proof is in the pudding that BI strategy works. So what's the first reason why BI will work for you? Well, we've got a common sense approach. We know for you to have a successful financial future, you need a strong foundation based upon proven investing principles. And this is what will allow you to build your wealth. This is some of the history of BI. On the back of the curtain, you see the words investment education. This is taken in 1962 at one of Better Investing's first conventions. This is George Nicholson. He's the founder of Better Investing. He's the one that created that stock analysis tool. He was a Harvard-educated securities analyst. Here's Tom O'Hara, the chief marketeer. He was known to drive from coast to coast with his family in a station wagon on vacation, passing out flyers to the common citizen about the benefits of investing in stocks. Well, what is this? Well, my goodness, it's a ticker tape machine. Back in those days, before the internet and our devices, our handheld devices and computers, this is how you found out the price of a stock. Well, we've certainly come a long way with technology. Today with the internet and our PCs, our Apples and our laptops and our handheld tablets, we can access the Better Investing tools. So what we're saying here is this: as technology changes, the BI tools evolve. The second reason why BI will work for you is that we have empowering education that will help you build a strong portfolio. We have rich tools. This is the output of that stock analysis tool that I told you about. This is the brainchild of George Nicholson. You see the green sales, you see the purple profits, and you see the blue earnings, and the black lines represent the price of the stock, the high and low price that year. The graph represents data over a 10-year period of time. Now, back in the old days when I first learned how to use this tool, I had to do it manually. I had paper, pencil, I had a ruler, and I had a big eraser. But at least I had a calculator. Can you imagine back in the days when Tom and George did this, when they didn't even have calculators? Wow. Well, today, it's different. In order for us to get these beautiful graphs, we need data. And our data is automatically powered to us through Morningstar data service. Now let's take a closer look at this stock analysis tool. We haven't talked much about sales yet. We've talked about the pink profits and how they affect the blue earnings. But let's say, how do you even get profits and earnings? Well, before anything can happen in a company, you've got to sell something. That's right. It all starts with a sale. And we see and we understand that earnings are directly related to sales. And we call this the railroad tracks. That green line, sales, and that blue earnings are railroad tracks. And that's what we look for on our stock analysis tools. So now using your eyes, let your eyes cascade down this chart as I talk to you. The green sales drives the pink profits. The pink profits drive the blue earnings. And the blue earnings drive the black price. It's as simple as that. The third reason why BI will work for you is that we have vast resources. We have our BI magazine. That's an independent, unbiased resource of financial information with many stocks to study that could be good stock picks. We also have events near you. Yes, events in your neighborhood where someone like myself, a volunteer, would come to your organization to talk to you on any financial topic. I want to tell you a story, but let me give you a little background. The PE ratio is the price divided by the earnings. The PE is important because it tells us whether or not a stock is fairly priced. When I first began my first class 20 years ago with Better Investing, and I have no financial background, by the way, I took my class, and at the beginning of the class, I could not spell PE. And when the class was over, I still couldn't spell it. I went, oh my, but I did say to my friends, if I could ever learn this stuff, I'd like to teach it. Well, here we are 20 years later, and one of my most popular classes is called Demystifying the PE Ratio. Well, I've certainly come a long way, and I owe it all to Better Investing. And we have our rock stars that come in from out of town to talk on great topics like the ABCs of stock analysis or the portfolio doctor. The fourth reason why BI will work for you is that we've got a supportive community. Here we have one of our volunteers, a teacher. She's teaching her students. She's sharing her knowledge, her experience, and her know-how. So exactly what is the essence of BE? What is the essence of BI? What is the heart and soul of BI? Well, it's the sharing of our knowledge, our experience, and our know-how. And that is the backbone of Better Investing. The benefits to you: you can have more informed conversations with your financial advisor. I did a stock study. I took it into my financial advisor about 18 years ago. I was so proud of myself. The next time I saw him, he told me he had recommended it to all his clients. What's wrong with this picture? The second benefit to you is that you can manage your own investments. BI operates on proven investing principles. Invest regularly, reinvest in dividends, buy quality growth stocks, and diversify. Invest regularly. Buy more stock and pay less. Reinvest your dividends. Build your wealth. Buy quality growth stocks. Have a higher chance of success. And because we don't want to put all our eggs into one basket because it's far too risky, we diversify. The benefits to you: you buy more stock and you pay less with dollar cost averaging. You reinvest your earnings, which are your dividends and your capital gains, and through the magic of compounding, build your wealth. You clearly have success in the stock market because we're buying stocks, companies that are profitable, that are making a buck. And again, because we don't put all our eggs into one basket, safety first. So we buy stocks in all sectors, all industries, and all sizes. What BI does is we focus on quality. We buy high-quality growth companies, we estimate their potential, we determine if they're at a fair price, and we just go buy the stock. It's as simple as that. This is George Nicholson. He's the founder of Better Investing. He was born in 1908. He lived through World War I, the Roaring '20s, the stock market crash, the Great Depression, and World War II. Wow, what he must have seen in his lifetime. He understood the threat of communism. He understood how fragile the democratic capitalism could become. And the Cold War was upon us. And this is what he said. How can we argue for free enterprise if we don't own it broadly? Well, what did he mean by that? Well, what he meant was we, as the common American, we must be engaged in free enterprise. We must be engaged in the free market. And in order to engage, we must all go buy stock. But he also knew that the average American didn't know much about investing or stocks. So he had a vision. And the vision was to create an organization that was dedicated and committed to unbiased investment education. And Better Investing was born. George also went on to say that better investing will aid in the preserving and strengthening of democratic capitalism by investment education. Now, I personally did not know George myself, but I get a real sense for his passion and his commitment as an American. So let's all be patriots. Let's all take George's lead. Let's buy stock and take stock in America. Don't you love that little guy? I just love that Uncle Sam holding those dollar bills. Doesn't get any more American than that, that's for sure. So, what was George's vision? Well, we needed principles to go by. Invest regularly, reinvest dividends, invest in quality growth stocks, and diversify. We also needed ways to learn, good tools for us to access, good education, good volunteers to help everybody. We also needed to double our money every year, 5 years. That was our goal to achieve. Well, how was he going to do this? Well, he needed a vehicle. And what do you think that vehicle was? Well, of course, it certainly wasn't my little automobile here, was it? That's just a metaphor. But guess what it was? Are you ready? Here's the answer. It's the investment club. We love Better Investing because we have principles to go by. We have ways to learn, and we have goals to achieve. So the vision was realized. We are member driven. We have 3,400 clubs, 39,000 investors. We're volunteer based with 64 chapters, 700 volunteer educators, and we're a nonprofit organization, a 501c3. George, if he were alive today, our founder, he'd be 108 years old, and he would be so pleased to see that his vision has been realized. Better Investing has 3 core beliefs. The first one is together we can do more. And we do this with our investment clubs, where we're a community of like-minded people, where we are in a safe and supportive environment where we share our knowledge and our experience and our know-how. And we also have an awful lot of fun. The second core belief is success is possible for everyone because we have wonderful tools. We've got wonderful instructors and wonderful classes online and in person. And we can all have success. The third core belief is you can have financial independence. You can take ownership of your financial future with Better Investing. So we'd like to invite you to see some of our tools. They're going to be free, and they're on our website at betterinvesting.org/open house. You can get a free issue of our Better Investing magazine. You can also watch a free webinar called Why Invest? And we also have an online stock study that uses that amazing tool that was the brainchild of George Nicholson, our founder. So this is an invitation for you to join Better Investing. So in summary, the baskets of stocks, which are the BIX 100 and the IAS, have both used the Better Investing strategy. And they both have outperformed the market. As Peter Lynch would say, we've beaten the street. Better Investing has been recognized by Good Morning America, the legendary Peter Lynch, and the Securities Exchange Commission. Wow, how's that a testament? Now we continue to press on, and we ask you to join us as we move forward. Are there any questions? As volunteers that are on this conference call today, I wanted to share with you how this presentation was formed. It takes a village. I want to personally thank Cammie. It was her presentation that I cut up and made into my own voice. Adam Ritt, who's from headquarters in communications, who helped me with the rich history of Better Investing. Gary Ball and Doug Gerlach, who are my rock stars, my true inspiration that have helped me so much throughout the years. And I want to give a special thanks to the BI Polish team, where we spent one whole day together at Pink polishing our presentation skills. Now, as you listen to those amazing one-liners that I said, I want you to know that the majority of those came out of the mouths of the folks in this photo. It was their sound bites that I captured during the workshop and then put into the presentation. And then my special thanks to Carol Thine. She had my back through this whole organization. I could have never done it without her. This is the credits done with words. In the speaker notes, you'll have the way I speak all documented for you as a point of reference. In addition, what we have on some of the slides is a category called background. It will help you understand the content on the slide. For instance, on the performance slide, I explained to you the difference between the Standard & Poor's 500 and the Wilshire 5000. To access the presentation, go to the BI website and go to Volunteers, touch on New Volunteer, go to the PowerPoint section, which I've annotated in green, and in both sections that are in blue, the PowerPoint will be uploaded, called Better Investing, Introductory and Website, as well as Outreach, New Member Growth. The name of the PowerPoint is called Better Investing Introduction by Kathleen Richards of Northeast Ohio. So my last message to you, the volunteers on this phone. We, as volunteers and instructors, stand on the shoulders of giants. We're able to do what we do today because of those who have come before us. So my final message to you is good luck and good presenting. Thank you. This is Kathleen signing off. Bye-bye.